Welcome back to the final part of our chatbot series. In the last video, we built a fully functional terminal chatbot in Python that could handle related inputs, pick random responses, and even log chats to the text file. But terminal interfaces can be intimidating or boring to some users. So let's turn PyBot into a real app with buttons, input fields, and a scrollable chat window using Python's built-in GUI toolkit, Tkinter. So before going into the content, if you like to support my channel and my contents, you can do so by buying a coffee here. I will provide all the links in the description. So we will begin with the final terminal based version of PyBot from the last video. It looks like this. This version uses input and print statements to simulate a chat. We are going to now wrap this logic inside a graphical user interface GUI. So now I have created a new file called PyBot part 6. First we import Tkinter. This model is included in most Python installation, but if you're on Linux and you get a module not found error, install it using a package manager. Also, I will provide the command used for installing in Debian in Ubuntu in the below. So let's get started with this. First, I have imported the Tkinter. Then, as we did in the previous videos, I'm gonna import the random for randomness and datetime for saving the log. Now we will go for the chatbot logic. That is the responses what we are gonna take, and we are gonna name the file as chatbot GUI. This is the same what we did in the previous video for saving the conversation in a txt file. Now we are gonna handle the sending message function. We are gonna define a function called send message which handles sending user input and responding with a chatbot's reply. Now this is as same as we did in the before. Gets the text entered in the input box, that is the entry we are using, converts it to a lowercase and strips leading or trailing spaces, the white spaces. If the input box is empty, it exits the function, preventing sending blank messages. Don't worry about the warnings here. We are going to clear it in as we go. This is for displaying the user's message in the chat log text area. Clears the input box after user presses enter or clicks send. Here, if the user enters exit, what it's gonna do is it's gonna create the farewell reply, that is the chat ended, see you soon. Display it in the chat log, locks the conversation, and closes the application root.quit. Now it is gonna loop through all the possible users message that are the keys in the response we are using. If a match is found, it picks a random reply from the corresponding list. In case if there is no match found, sets a default response. This is gonna displays the bot response in the chat log. This is gonna lock the conversation, user input and bot's response to a file using a separate save underscore log function. Now we are gonna make a function of the log chats. That is what we did in the previous video, the same as it is. Now for the GUI setup. This is gonna initialize the main GUI window using the Tkinter. This is gonna be our Windows title. That is what we are calling as PyBot chatbot. Now this is for setting the window size to 500 into 500 pixels. You can change it according to yourself. This creates a multi-line text widget. Here BD means border 1 we want a smaller border I have given. Background is black color. Text is lime. Font style and size are this one I'm keeping. You can change it and play with it as according to your way. So what this does is it places a chat log in the window with padding. Fill is equal to tk.both. Allows it to expand in both directions. What this does is creates a single line input field with border and font. This one is gonna add the input box below the chat log with horizontal fill and bottom padding. What this button does is whenever you click on the enter, we want with the chat to be called, send message function to be called instead of every time going and click on the send message. This creates a button labeled send, which we have given here, to trigger the send message function. This is gonna add a padding to the button so it doesn't stick to the input box. Now this is gonna be a welcome message for the user inside the box. Now this is gonna loop the event. Now if I save this and run the program, it's gonna open a chatbot like this. This is the name which we have given for our chatbot, PyBot chatbot. And here we are gonna enter the inputs. So if I type hi and enter, it's gonna go for WhatsApp. And hello. Also if I click on send, it's gonna work like this. And if I click on exit and press enter, it is gonna stop the bot. And here it is gonna create a file called chatbot chatlog GUI.txt. And that's it. We have now transformed our terminal based chatbot into a fully interactive GUI app with real-time chatting, support for multiple input phrases, randomized replay, and persistent logs. If you have enjoyed this project, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.